Are you sitting comfortable, two square on your body? Then we'll begin.
It's all about life, eh? It's all about love, oh. It's all about life, ooh. It's all about love, eh? It's all about life, eh? It's all about love, oh. It's all about life, ooh. It's all about love.
My team and I were once hired to go into Afghanistan slave ring and retrieve the wife of a Turkish billionaire. When we got there, we discovered the bodies of hundreds of women who had OD'd on drugs they were constantly being fed, or who had died from the harsh treatment they had undergone. In the famous words of Tupac, it took the man in me to conquer that insanity. In '94, when I was still just a pup in the game, during the 100-day slaughter of the Tutsis by the Hutu, sponsored by the Catholic Church in Rwanda, a British aristocrat's son that worked with Doctors Without Borders ran a small clinic in Tutsi territory. The last correspondence his parents had from him was that he had about 80 Tutsi refugees that were hidden in his clinic. My team had been paid to go in on a search and rescue mission. After sorting through miles of dead bodies, we got to the clinic only to find the aristocrat's son and all the people he had hidden, men, women, and children, brutally murdered. Needless to say, I have seen some horrible things in my day. However, all that being said, I have never, ever seen anything like what my princesita had just put on the plate in front of me. I looked up at the poor thing, and she was standing there smiling down at me, waiting for my response. Dear Yah, give me the strength. I smiled. Wow, Saf. I looked back down at the plate. I think, don't quote me, but I strongly believe it was some kind of sort of pasta. But whatever it was still moving, which was strange because I'm pretty sure it was vegetarian. Wow, I said to her again. She clapped her hands together, smiling so proudly before turning to get a plate for her father and Monroe. I looked across the table at her dad, who was looking at me with one eyebrow raised. I chuckled to myself. He was probably wondering why in the world did she serve me first. It took everything within me not to wink at him. However, the sooner he realized Sophia had a new daddy now, the more easier life would be for him. I think I'm still full from the orange I had earlier at the Lion's Den, Monroe said, looking down at his plate. I was going to kill that boy. Nonsense. A big strong boy like yourself, you need more than an orange, Sophia said, putting her own plate on the table. You just eat up, honey. I got a whole pot full over there. You can have as much as you like. I looked at Monroe. He was gonna do it. He was gonna do it. Yeah, it's just that it was a really big orange. How was your day today, princess? Sophia's dad said, trying to draw her attention away from Monroe. She looked at Monroe, frowning for a moment longer before she smiled at her dad. Really good, Daddy. I made 2 loaves of soap, and I made a rub for Elder, and then I looked up a recipe for this wonderful pasta. Maybe I was a twisted man, but every time she called him Daddy, it grated on my nerves. So much so that I took great pleasure in knowing that before the sun came up again, I was going to make her call me Daddy, over and over again. Damn it! Lying in his damn abstinence order. Oh! Man, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Damn it! I've got to say, Sophia, I was a bit surprised when you told me that Akir and his son were coming by for dinner. That man was clever, and he saw a lot more than what Sophia thought. She swallowed the food in her mouth, probably completely unaware that her every expression showed on her face. including the guilt she felt at her deception. Yeah, I had bumped into him yesterday and I was like, hey, I held up my hand, putting her out of her misery. Sir, I began, if it is all right with you, I would like your permission to court your daughter. She exhaled, visibly relieved not to have to lie to her father. And I would be honored if you would continue, of course, to teach my son and I about Yah and his word. Yirmiah's chest puffed out. Vanity is an ugly thing. No, son, the honor is all mine. And you do have my permission to court my daughter. But I just want to warn you, there are a few more ox that are actively courting her, and they have been doing it a lot longer than you. So I don't want you to be discouraged if she chooses one of them over you. I smiled. I'm sure there won't be a problem, sir. He nodded. Monroe, Sophia asked, why aren't you eating your food, sweetheart? My eyes flew to my son. That damn boy, he was just staring down at his plate. I kicked him. Ow! He yelled out, grabbing his leg. When I had his full attention, I picked up my fork and brought a mouthful of, well, I don't know what to my mouth. I'm a soldier. I have eaten worse than this. At least, that's what I told myself, to prevent the urge to gag. Monroe watched me the whole time with horror-filled eyes, shaking his head. What's wrong, Sophia? Asked. I could tell in her voice her emotions were getting riled up. With my eyes, I told that damn boy to eat. He shook his head again. Man, sorry, Dad. I can't do it. I punched him in the arm, sending the damn food flying across the kitchen. Then I turned to look at Sophia. Oh wow, he had gone and done it. As she looked at us, confused, big tears welled up in her eyes. The food is not good, she asked, her voice quivering. She was getting ready to blow. Yes, Princess, her father said, going into damage control mode. It is really good. Daddy think he gonna have another bowl. He forked up a big mouthful in his mouth and hid his grimace as he smiled. I shivered as I watched him swallow. Then she turned those big hurt eyes to me. Damn it, it was my turn. I held up a big bite full and I put it in my mouth, nodding as I chewed the slime-like substance. Very good, I told her. She frowned at me. Then she looked at my nut of a son who had sat up from where he had landed on the floor, and with a huge, horrifying grin on his face, was watching as Yirmiah and I fought our way through the dish. Monroe, tell me the truth. Is it good? She asked. Baby, why you asking him? I said. Baby? Her father yelled. No, Monroe answered Sophia's question, shaking his head. I was gonna kill that boy. Sophia stood. Those tears were now running down her face. She looked at me. Why you lying? She cried. Then she looked at her father. Why didn't you tell me the truth? How many meals have you lied about? She asked. He shook his head, opening and then closing his mouth, as if he was thinking about lying again, but he must have decided against it because his shoulders slumped. All of them, Princess. Daddy! She cried before she slammed her napkin on the table and stormed out the kitchen. Princess, Daddy's sorry, he called after her. No, Daddy, you should have told me the truth, she yelled as she stumped up the stairs, going to her room like a little girl. For a minute there, the three of us just sat, lost in our own thoughts. Then my sucker of a son gets up off the floor, walks to the refrigerator, looks in it for a minute, pulls out turkey cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayo, and bread, walks back to the counter, looks at both of us, who are now staring at him with our mouths open. The fool grins. Anybody want a sandwich? I'm starving. With his mouth still open, Yirmiah slowly turns to look at me. "What is wrong with your boy?" he asks. I stared at Monroe. I was going to kick the out of him when we left here. I don't know, sir. I think he may be an undiagnosed lunatic. I've been pondering. I've been going over this for years now. I was thinking about going to get him checked out, but we got really busy. And Yirmiah nodded. Yeah, you might be right, but you better put him in Yah's hands, cause those doctors ain't gonna help. He looked back at Monroe, who was 3 slices of bread into a ridiculous sandwich. They're only gonna make that worse, he finished. Monroe laughed. So, raise your hand if you want a sandwich, he said. Guiltily, I raised my hand. What? I was hungry. We had been at the Lion's Den all day training without stop. A brother was hungry. Don't stone me for that. But what made the situation even worse? Old Yirmiah eased his hand up. I ain't gonna lie, that stupid sandwich the boy had just made looked really good. Monroe carried 3 plates with sandwiches on them to the table. Then he turned to search the cabinets until he found chips. He came back to the table, opened the chips, reached his hand in the bag, and put chips on each of our plates with his hand. I was embarrassed as hell. See, I have always known my son wasn't fully loaded. We at the armory, we've learned to live with him. However, watching Sophia's daddy discover this was super shameful. Once he was done with the chips, he went to the cabinet, pulled out 3 glasses, filled them with ice and then water, brought the 3 glasses back, put them down on the table in front of each of us. Then he turned, walked back to the roll of paper towels, tore off 3 sheets, came back, put a paper towel by each of our plates, pulled out his chair, sat down, picked up his sandwich, and was going in to take a huge bite. But Yirmiah stopped him, who was still looking at him like he was the craziest thing he'd seen this year. We thank Yah for our food around here, son, he said. Monroe nodded. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. He put the sandwich back down, held up his hands in prayer position, and waited for Yirmiah and I to do the same. When we did, the boy bowed his head and said, Yah is great, Yah is good. Let us thank him for our food. I kid you not. Opened his eyes, picked up his sandwich, and took a gorilla-sized bite out of it. As he chewed, he smiled at us, nodding. It's good, he assured us, before he took another bite. Slowly, almost frighteningly, I let my gaze travel back to Sophia's dad. He still stared at Monroe, his mouth still agape. However, when he felt me looking at him, he closed it. He looked at me before picking up his sandwich. 2 things, he said. Oh man, what was he gonna say? Get out of my house and take your psycho son with you? First, he looked at Monroe. Thank you, son. Sophia has been torturing me for months with her cooking. Her feelings are hurt, but hallelujah, you told her and I didn't have to. I appreciate that. Monroe nodded as he chewed as if to say it was all in a day's work. No problem, he told her dad around a mouthful of food. Then Yirmiah looked at me. Now you, he said accusingly. I put my hand to my chest. Me? What the hell did I do? It was the maniac he had just thanked that had broken his daughter's heart, and then helped himself to his kitchen, and not just prepared himself a meal, but one for us too. I sat here like him and watched in astonishment. Yeah, you. Can you explain to me why you called my daughter baby? Oh crap. So, overall, the dinner with Sophia's dad wasn't so bad. After I explained to him that I slipped and called her baby in the face of all the confusion that was going on, everything was fine. He even pleasantly surprised me as we were leaving by telling Monroe to come back tomorrow to give him a hand with some of the yard work and other things he had around there to do that had been getting out of hand. When he closed the door, I hit Monroe in the head. Ouch! What you do that for? He asked, rubbing his head as we walked toward the black Tahoe that was sitting outside waiting to pick him up. That's for hurting Sophia y'all's feelings. Now I gotta go up here and fix your mess. He chuckled. Sucks to be you. Oh, I went to grab him, but the boy was quick. He ducked from between my hands. Laughing, he went around to get in on the other side of the truck. Butch and Lee sat in the front seat, Lee reading the paper. Butch stretched out. Wolf was way in the back, stretched out. How was dinner with the dad? Lee asked, still looking through his paper. I'm still alive, I told him. He looked up from the paper. What you mean? He asked. Man, look, I don't got time to talk about it right now. I gotta go up here and check on Sophia, y'all. But I need you to get a plane ticket for Teresa. I need her here by breakfast. I tapped the windowsill. All right, y'all, get on out of here. I'll see you in the morning. Then I thought of something Sophia y'all always said. Y'all willing, I told them. Before I took off jogging toward the side of the house. Without stopping, I leaped up into the tree that grew in front of her window. Moments later, I was ducking into her window. She sat curled up on her couch, hugging the pillow. When she saw me, she sat up, holding up her arms for me. I walked to her, lifting her, before sitting with her in my arms. My baby loves sitting in my lap. Sophia, why you crying, baby? I asked gently, wiping tears from her eyes. Because I told myself when I got back that I was not going to be spoiled anymore, and I was going to cook, and I was going to clean and do the laundry, and I suck at it. She began to weep. Oh, Princesita, don't cry. You good at so many other things. It's okay that you can't cook. She sat up in my lap looking at me. Yeah, well, I can't do laundry either. I turned on my dad's white shirts pink. She wiped the tears that fell from her eyes. That's okay too. Girl, you can lay hands on people. You can make medicines and soaps and other really cool things that most of us can't even think about making. You know, baby, you can't be perfect at everything. Then you will make me feel like you don't even need me. She dried her eyes. Really? She said. I nodded. Yeah, girl. I need to know that you need me. Look, your man has already solved the problem. By morning, Teresa gonna be here. That brightened her right up. She sat up straighter. Oh, really? Oh, great. I missed her. And wait till she finds out you're pregnant. She won't let you lift a finger to do all that stuff that you really, baby, really should stay far, far away from. Her mouth dropped, and an over-exaggerated frown. You know what makes it so bad, she said. What? I cook lasagna for everybody at the Lion's Den. She put her hands over her face, embarrassed. Really? I asked. That bastard lion. Oh yeah. I was gonna pay the senior citizen back for this. He set me up. Hey baby, look. I need you to cook one more time for me, okay? She looked up confused. I don't understand. Look, we're gonna play a little trick on Lion. I need you to cook. I thought about it for a minute. It had to be something really, oh yeah. Baby, let's pick up some steaks for you to throw on the grill. And I need you to make sure they're well done. You know what the scriptures say. Burn them if you have to. She nodded with a huge smile on her face, completely down with my diabolical plan. Oh yeah, it was war.